Welcome back to a Tomboy Rex. I'm a Tomboy. It's my reaction channel. Of course, on tap we have today The Dark Side of Ninja's Life by Sunny V2. You all know Ninja, gaming legend in the YouTube scene. So let's check it. I know he moved from Twitch to YouTube a hot minute ago, and a lot of people gave him a lot of flack for it, but let's check it.
Ninja looks rough. I hope he's okay.
Huh? He just came out of nowhere. Ninja looks rough.
I hope he's not hooked on anything. Man, every time I see him on here, he looks really sick. Ninja doesn't look healthy, man. I'm gonna keep it a bottom level.
Probably because he's working all the time, trying to keep everybody happy. It wears a lot when you have your own life and you're trying to keep this social media life up too.
This dude Ninja looks so unhealthy. I hope everything is alright. I haven't seen Ninja in a long ass time. He looks dead. Dude is minutes away from being skeletal. Why is it that every time I see Ninja on this channel, he becomes more and more sketchy? When you reach the top, the only place left to go is down.
I don't know about that. I mean, you can idle at the top. Most people choose to go down though.
There's one thing that almost everyone can agree on. Ninja certainly isn't what he used to be. At one point, he was what many considered to be a god. A master of Fortnite, a master of streaming, and in many cases, even a master of public image.
Anyone in particular that you've been impressed with?
All of them, man.
All of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
However, Ninja as a respectable pillar in the gaming community seems to be somewhat of a dated view, an opinion held by a minority of his fan base in comparison to when he was at his peak. And while Ninja's descent from grace has without a doubt been hard on his ego, it's also revealed numerous elements relating to his dark side.
He always kept that blue hair though.
A clear decline in his physical health associated with what many consider to be a potential substance abuse problem, his descent into the madness of today's political landscape, including matters relating to race and privilege, and a dark...
Ninja can't help that people being racist in his comments or his stream, his chat. He can't control what people say. If any of these people actually tweeting, actually watching Ninja stream, they know how many times he's spoken out about it. That's what I'm saying. He can't control what comes out of people's mouths. The only person he can control is himself.
Dark, hidden, deceptive, incredibly fake persona, always pretending to refute ideas and actions that, when digging a little deeper, can be identified in his own behavior.
His own behavior, so yeah, you saying he hypocritical.
When Ninja was at his peak, the controversies were few and far between. And honestly, it's not like that's very surprising. How much controversy are you gonna find when investigating a dude who's so careful about his public image that he wouldn't even play with females in Fortnite?
I don't play with girl streamers, man. Especially in the position that I'm in right now, dude. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it.
That's kind of sketchy because on one hand, he got a point, but on the other hand, he don't have a point. You see what I'm saying? Cause like you could play with women on the game. They could be just as respectful, just as careful about their image as you are. But then you do have some people that all they want to do is be, I guess you could say, career breakers or home breakers. You know, those type of women. But hey, like I said, you do have another side of the spectrum, just like men can be the same way.
Worth it. That's all it is.
Now, sure, he certainly wasn't the most liked streamer, mainly owing to the fact that he was simply one of the best players and therefore an easy target to hate.
Any chance, any excuse to hate on Ninja, sign me up.
But in terms of genuine controversy, Ninja was somewhat skilled at avoiding it. But as each social media began to decline in popularity, his personality also seemed to change from a genuine guy who would say whatever he was thinking.
You're averaging 3 kills a game? If I'm gonna be honest with you because you're being honest with me, that's f***ing terrible. 3 kills a game is not good.
To a dude who seemed to be constantly playing a persona.
Do not pick on anyone. There's nothing funny about it.
And this is the first element of Ninja's dark side, a constant persona that's hiding how he truly feels about certain topics.
He, you know, back then it was, he could say whatever he wanted to say, what he could say what was on his mind, because he didn't have an image to uphold. Now, I could lose all my money, sponsorships, and everything else. I need to watch what the word come out my mouth. That's pretty much what's going on here. Come on, camera. That's pretty much what's going on.
There's a hilarious video uploaded by
He
Coolio
gotta-
titled Do Not Bully People,
have
Ninja,
PR.
in which Ninja is giving a monologue about how
He needs a PR coordinator.
it's not good to bully people.
If your friends are bullying someone, you should tell them to stop. And if you're the one bullying someone, then you need to just stop.
Followed by numerous clips of Ninja bullying people.
I mean, he did say you need to stop. Maybe he stopped himself and realized it was wrong.
You shut up when I'm talking to you! You shut your mouth!
And this kind of behavior is the basis for exploring the dark side of Ninja's life. It's that he's constantly saying things that are incongruent with his actual personality in order to appear as someone who he isn't.
He bottles it inside him to try and make himself look better, but I think this is really how he does act and how he really is. You know he's really not like that and he's putting on a show for the kids, but it was gonna come out eventually, and it has.
Take the don't bully people example. It's clear that Ninja is saying don't bully people to portray himself as an innocent person who would never do something like that to another player, but does he not realize that almost everyone is aware of his past? Everyone's seen the
Has he ever said? Has he ever mentioned or said that he has never done it? Because, like I said, people can do it, and then they can learn from their actions, and then have the opposite view of something. It's called change. That's what everybody wants everybody else to do. Change. People go out their way to try to change people. People go out their way to change themselves, to better themselves. So unless he's still acting like that, now that's a different story. Because if he's still acting like that, then that's a huge problem. It is fake. I mean, there is a huge component of he needs to protect his image because that is his livelihood. So you do have to take that into consideration. But how much of it is genuine change is the question. Because even though people like him, like the man that just said something, can talk, he's not with that man 100% of the time. He doesn't know every interaction he had with people. My camera sucks, but he doesn't know every interaction he's had with other people. He's not around 24/7. He's not Ninja. So, to be honest, who's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Who can really tell you if this man is like this, unless you live in the same house as him, pretty much.
the clips such as
You kid. You're adopted.
Now, in reality, there's nothing all that bad about talking dirty to another person on a game when you kill them because it's simply a part of gaming culture.
And that should change because talking like that to anybody is highly rude. I don't say stuff like that when I game. I could easily do that, but I'm not that type of person. So
Pathetic,
I'm not going to sit
dislikable
there and
dark
tell
part
people
comes
that
in
on
when
the
you
game
begin to
because I don't
pretend
like
to be
or I
something
kill
you're
him.
not. Pretending like you never did something in your past to save your reputation instead of just admitting that you've got an equally dark, toxic past as any other quote-unquote bully. This can also be replicated in more recent examples, like when Ninja went out of his way to discuss how he's apparently never said anything racist in the past.
Obviously.
Now, if there's proof, then see, that's so. If there's proof that he has, now he straight up lied. That was a straight up lie. That's different.
So, you know, besides like that racist, which I never did and always hated when people would still do, and somehow some people still do. 100% not okay to say like that. But anyways, never said that anyways in the last couple of years. Anyways, you know, I digress.
Which is once again another example of him trying to play a politically correct persona when his past tells us that political correctness really isn't in his genuine personality.
Those kids were so bad, dude. I'm so dumb, dude. I'm done with this game.
The fundamental problem as a whole here seems to be that Ninja is constantly trying to be something he's not, which leads to a response from the audience along the lines of
That you're just a piece of shit no matter what you do. If you try to be, you know, if you try to make a change for the better, you know, you're either fake or a sellout. And then people just say that they miss the old you.
But Ninja fails to realize the reason people perceive him as fake is not because he's toxic, not because he's family friendly. It's because once again, he's trying to be something that he's not in order to appeal to an audience instead of just being who he truly is. People liked him most when he was the old toxic ninja.
That's what I'm talking about, dude!
Now, see, there's a thing to be said in all of this. People can say that, but at the end of the day, if he upsets the masses, like, take parents. They hear this man saying stuff like he said back then, they're going to make their children stop watching him. So, you keep saying, or people keep saying, y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all keep saying, Mr. Old Ninja, Mr. Old Ninja. How's he gonna pay his bills if all these people stop watching him? All the new subscribers start watching him. All these kids start watching him because he knows his analytics. He knows the age range in which people watch him. And it's probably a lot of kids. So if he starts doing that and his numbers go down because of that in particular, then he's out of luck. You could say you missed the old somebody, but I mean, these people have their own lives that they're trying to live. They got their own livelihood to look back on. He got bills. This man has bills. He can't be sitting here being an old ninja having bills just because you want him to be an old ninja. That's not how that works.
Dude, what is that?
Because they could feel that it was genuine.
Especially if you're not genuine. Like now, like if he's not genuine now, hey.
I was so used to just swearing and saying whatever the hell I wanted, even, not really caring if I offended anyone.
And it wasn't just Ninja going out of his way to be toxic in order to appeal to the old audience.
Okay, so how's your pro team doing that? How's your pro team doing that?
And he has businesses.
This is the reason why people began to like Tfue more when he first started to gain popularity. It's that he did bully people and he did talk a lot of smack.
But I don't want to waste all my mats on this guy when I know I could probably just shit on him.
But he simply owned it and was comfortable and honest about the fact that sometimes he was a bit of an asshole.
If Epic Games is watching my stream, go f yourself.
Tfue maintained this kind of attitude where he was unapologetic about his genuine personality, and as a result, he's had a loyal fan base ever since he blew up back in 2018. But going back to Ninja, an interesting question to answer might be...
Let's see, he was always doing that, so he always had his fan base. It's probably because they know their analytics and they know who they have to appeal to and who they didn't. Tfue probably just appealed to his older audience versus Ninja, who's appealing to the kid audience because he feels like maybe they made more money.
Why did this dark side of his persona only seem to come into play as he began to decline in popularity? Well, when Ninja was at the top, he had no reason to pretend to be something he wasn't because people simply watched him for nothing but his gaming ability.
See?
He could be as toxic as he wanted, as nice as he wanted, as genuine as he wanted, and his viewership would not change at all purely because it was the gameplay that people were there for. But perhaps as he's declined in popularity in order to maintain relevance, Ninja feels like he has to play a persona of someone who his audience would like, such as the new politically correct Ninja, but fails to realize that this just makes people like him even less because the audience can tell that all he's doing is trying to put forward a certain ingenuine image, which overall is a huge component of Ninja's dark side. And this whole component is a basis for the next element of Ninja's dark side, and that's his bizarre foray into the world of politics. Not his political opinion as such, but more specifically, why is he even getting involved in politics at all? He's a gaming streamer. There have been numerous tweets over the last 12 months relating to Ninja standing with the black community and his...
Now, if we're talking in this certain context, these people could be in politics all they want. They have a mouth and a mind of their own, and they people just like us. If we could sit and talk about politics, they could sit and talk about politics. Just because he a gaming streamer does not mean he can't sit and talk about politics. He lives in the same world we live in. He has to abide by the same rights, laws, and freedoms and everything else that we do. Why can't he talk about politics? That's just crazy. Just because he's labeled as a gaming streamer does not mean that he can't talk about politics. It affects his life just like it affects our lives.
Wife stating that Ninja does his part for white privilege and racism, but this just goes back to the previous point of being ingenuine with his audience. Ninja is a multi-millionaire white guy spending his time playing video games who also seems to be somewhat low in compassion, judging from the way he treats his enemies after he kills them. Who do you think you're fooling, Ninja? You're just making yourself look like an idiot because everyone can tell that you don't really care about these societal issues, and you're just saying words to maintain relevancy and keep up your reputation.
And if that's what he's doing, then that's just what he's doing. You gonna watch it because of that. So hey,
One of the greatest
fell into
creators
it
on
if you ask
YouTube,
me.
Xerbia, summed this up perfectly.
You can jiggle and rearrange words, trying to trick your audience into coming away with a particular feeling or sense, but they know when you're bullshitting or trying to be a smartass. I've heard this time and
And you know what? Instead of leaving, everybody has something to say about him. Instead of just not watching his videos anymore, they consistently put out content to degrade him.
time again on YouTube and found it myself. If you make something trying to pander to what you assume is popular, people always know somehow.
When you post something or make something pandering to what is popular, such as the hot topic of racial inequality, even the people who agree with you on the topic lose respect for you because they can sense the lack of authenticity and the fact that you're only posting it to appease your audience. On top of this, all Ninja is doing is
because he has such a huge audience, anytime he actually has something to say, whether it's real, genuine, or whether it's fake to gain views, whether or not any of that, because he has a certain amount of views, people are only going to assume that he's saying anything that comes out of his mouth. They're only going to believe that it's for views in his channel. Just because he is well known. That's insane to think about.
alienating his audience and speeding up his demise because, as Sneeko said best,
successful people don't play any side politically because they're too smart to know that they just be alienating 50% of their clients.
Ninja argues it's not my job
that
to
is
educate
true.
kids who make racist and sexist.
But that doesn't mean he doesn't have to do it. That doesn't mean he has no right to do it.
Ninja's moronic venture into politics is simply giving journalists a reason to pin clickbait on him, doing nothing besides making Ninja's life more difficult while giving him exposure for all the wrong reasons. What all of this shows is that Ninja isn't a very genuine person. He always claims that he hates being called fake and that people just love to hate him because he's popular, but he's totally oblivious to the fact that he is fake. He's always trying to put on this persona based on whatever his fans want or whatever.
Maybe he's trying to protect himself from y'all. I wonder, has anybody ever thought of that? Maybe he's trying to protect his real self. Maybe he's trying to protect his soul from all of the negativity that people throw at him, all the negative energy that they give off to him. Maybe he's trying to protect himself, and so in turn, it makes him be fake. It makes him come off fake, be fake. In that type of way. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he just don't want y'all to know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he just doesn't want y'all to be able to get close to him.
Hot topic is, instead of actually just acting out his natural personality. And Ninja's
Maybe he
fakeness has
doesn't
gone
want y'all
beyond just
to
trying to
have
constantly
that
play a
access to
persona
him.
and has reached into the realms of being secretive about what's going on behind the scenes in his life. The final and certainly most interesting part of Ninja's dark side is without a doubt the decline of his appearance and physical health. The topic first became a point of interest on the 26th of January 2021 when a screenshot from a recent stream of Ninja's went viral on Twitter.
Ninja don't look too good. I think the ling will get worse. Is something wrong with Ninja? He looks kind of sick, and if that's the case, I hope he'll be okay. Why does Ninja look like the Yes Honeybee?
The concerns seem to be somewhat valid because when watching a video from literally only 10 months ago,
I'm proud of how I handled myself. I showcased myself and, obviously just continue to work hard and grind.
we can see that his physical decline has been somewhat rapid.
That
And with
is
such a
crazy.
rapid decline, his fans have speculated that the cause may be more than a simple nutrition problem.
Oh, maybe it's them. Hey, maybe it's everybody insulting the man. Maybe it's everybody causing stress for the man. Maybe that's what it is.
I'm not sure the ingredients in Red Bull are good. This dude looks like a straight addict.
And he shouldn't be drinking all that Red Bull anyway. That's terrible for you.
Lol, Ninja looks so pale and rough. Looks like one of them dope heads that look dead walking around my town.
You see that comment right there? People sit and bully this man every stream. Apparently, they sit and bully this man every stream, every YouTube video he make. They'll sit and bully this man, and then say you fake, you hypocrite. Don't say you doing this and you doing that, but they'll sit and bully this man.
Sleeping while walking.
Listen, I ain't saying he right about half the stuff at all that he been doing because he does seem disingenuous. I believe though there's some reasons behind it. And I believe nobody has those reasons except him. I believe people are just really trying to make up reasons to ease themselves, to feel like they're themselves they're right. So hey, that's what that is.
Ninja looks like he's really into drugs or something. He's looking super rough, and he just looked a lot happier in his early days.
Because people
Various websites also
began
began to spread a somewhat similar message of Ninja leaves fans worried with sickly physical appearance. And meanwhile, over on Reddit, almost everyone seems to have a somewhat similar opinion relating to a possible substance abuse problem.
You know that look where celebs get big and end up looking real rough compared to a few years ago? I just saw a video showing Ninja's face and was surprised. He looks completely changed, maybe even unhealthy.
And it's crazy that people will sit and talk about they're acting like they're in disbelief that he's been doing something or is now in this condition. They act like they're in disbelief, but they have been pretty much harassing this man for years, and that takes a toll on you. And they act like they're in disbelief of their actions towards him having an effect on him. Like, your actions have an effect on other people no matter what they say.
Anyone watch him frequently? Is he doing okay otherwise? I'm late here, but I just so happened to turn on Ninja and couldn't help but
y'all acting concerned, but was probably the same people that was insulting the man.
He looks ungodly skinny,
bullying
he's
him,
fidgeting, and he has scars.
Former professional Call of Duty player Adam Killer Sloss said that nobody talks about performance-enhancing substances because everybody uses them. The reason Killer had to retire from professional gaming was because without the substance abuse, you simply couldn't keep up with the other players who were doing it. And this certainly wasn't the first time a pro had made a claim along these lines. Back in 2015, after winning a $250,000 CSGO tournament, pro gamer Semphis credited much of the tournament win to the use of performance-enhancing substances.
We're all on Adderall. Like, it was pretty obvious, like, if you listen to the comms, people can hate it or whatever. Everyone does
Adderall at ESEALN, right?
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that Ninja has had to take a similar path in order to become a pro on Valorant? Ninja isn't stupid. He knows that the reason he blew up on Fortnite in the first place was because he was simply the best player. And in order to become one of the best players in Valorant, it's certainly a possibility that Ninja is cutting corners and losing his physical appearance in the process. The overwhelming theme of Ninja's dark side appears to be a general lack of authenticity, constantly playing a fake persona that he thinks will appeal to an audience, pretending to care about social issues in order to gain virtue signaling points from his departing fan base, and a lack of transparency with what's going on behind the scenes in relation to his physical.
I hope he's not doing drugs. He probably is. He probably doing it. But that's my opinion. But I hope he not. But again, like I said, he has a livelihood, and it just goes back to what I said before. His livelihood. He needs that. So no matter what y'all say, he's gonna do what he has to do to survive. Just like you do. It might destroy him in the process.
Ninja seems to have some dirty skeletons in the closet, being hidden in order to maintain his personal image. But with a declining fan base, we really have to question whether or not this is such a good decision for his career.
Y'all, some people, they're entitled to his transparency. That's what they feel like anyways. But he does not have to have that transparency. We could talk more about this in the comments, but I said quite a bit. So this video will be in the description below, and my social media will be in the description below. Peace.